In the northwest of China, there is a vast land that accounts for 1/6 of China's land territory, which has always been a region with strategic value. It's the Xinjiang Uygur Autonomous Region. The people's leader has always held great affection for Xinjiang. During his recent visit, President Xi Jinping witnessed both the peace and the stability of Xinjiang society and a prosperity resulting from its flourishing economy on both sides of the Tianshan Mountains. Along the way, President Xi checked on the implementation of the policies of the Communist Party of China for the governance of Xinjiang in the new era and gave important instructions. While doing so, President Xi showed deep solicitude for the people, by whom he is loved and held in great respect. Broad visions engender vigorous development. The people's will determines the most important policies. Since the day he started working in the central leadership, President Xi Jinping has always paid great attention to Xinjiang's construction and development. He traveled to Xinjiang twice for inspection and research and left his footprints on both sides of the Tianshan Mountains. This year, from July the 12th to 15th, President Xi was in Xinjiang once again. Over 4 days, he went to 9 inspection spots in 3 cities and attended 1 debriefing session and 7 meetings. The high expectations of the president were clearly shown by this dense schedule, together with the vigor and intensity of discussions he attended. The first stop of President Xi's Xinjiang inspection tour was Xinjiang University. On its youthful campus, President Xi went to the Center for Fostering a Strong Sense of Community for the Chinese Nation. 8 years ago, at the Second Central Work Conference on Xinjiang, President Xi proposed the concept of fostering a strong sense of community for the Chinese nation, which later became a guideline for the party's ethnic affairs in the new era.
中华民族是多民族的，这是我中华民族的特色。
China is a unified multi-ethnic country, with Chinese people of all ethnic groups united in diversity as a salient feature. I talk about pomegranate seeds to explain this. Ethnic theories and policies in the country have been shown to be sound and effective through practice.
是好东西，是管用的。
Prolonged applause echoed across the summer campus. President Xi was hearty and sincere in his encouragement of the university students.
I care about the young everywhere I go. You students were born and are growing up in a flourishing age. I hope you will strive for the future of the Chinese nation and develop your abilities as assets to the nation.
Ethnic unity is the lifeline for people of all ethnic groups in China. Among Xinjiang's permanent population of over 25 million, more than half are from non-Han ethnic groups. During the visit, President Xi went to 1 village and 1 community of ethnic minority groups to learn about the thoughts and opinions of their residents.
Do the villagers all have medical insurance?
We are covered 100%.
Xincheng village in Turupan has more than 3,700 villagers. Almost all of them are from non-Han ethnic groups. For generations, locals have relied on growing grapes for a living. the operations of an increasing number of local agricultural product processing companies have given them much greater opportunity to sell their products, boosting the local economy and creating jobs.
The past 10 years for China's rural areas have been extraordinary. Without perseverance and efforts, we have declared complete victory in eradicating absolute poverty, which is a miracle in the world. It proves the advantages of the Communist Party of China, socialism with Chinese characteristics, and the greatness of Chinese people of all ethnic groups. Like the seeds of a pomegranate that stick together, we have achieved the unification of all of China's 56 ethnic groups as the Central Committee of the party proposed. Not a single ethnic group should be left behind. We have accomplished our targeted poverty alleviation and achieved a moderately prosperous society. Next, we shall work on the second centenary goal. Through a joint effort, we shall realize our goal by the scheduled time.
In the Guyuanshan community of Urumqi's Tianshan district, ethnic minorities make up over 95% of the residents. President Xi Jinping visited the home of Abla Tursan, a Uyghur resident here, and spoke with his family for a friendly conversation.
Are you at school?
I'm in grade 1.
Where is your school?
It's the one near our home.
It's just opposite our home.
What's the standard like there?
Very good.
Very good.
People of different ethnic groups live in this building, right?
Yes, we all know each other.
I attach great importance to work at community level, said President Xi in Guyuanshan community. We should improve community services in all aspects so as to improve the well-being of people in all ethnic groups.
We are practical and down to earth. By reaching one goal and solving several problems each year, we will approach final victory with every small step we take. We, the 56 ethnic groups, should be braided together like strands of a rope, stick together like pomegranate seeds, unite in a concerted effort, and muster our courage for the great undertaking. Working together, our joint efforts are bound to pay off.
The president first heard the simile of pomegranate seeds from a Uyghur villager during his inspection tour in Xinjiang 8 years ago. It was a comparison that had touched him deeply, prompting him to quote it on many different occasions since. 8 years later, the simile of being closely united like the seeds of a pomegranate that stick together has entered common speech, quietly nourishing the heart of the people. During his inspection this time, President Xi stressed the importance of developing a strong sense of community for the Chinese nation and encouraging more exchanges and interactions among different ethnic groups. President Xi wished the people of all ethnic groups in Xinjiang a life of happiness for many years to come. People of different ethnic groups, dressed in their folk costumes, showed sincere respect and support for the president. On the first afternoon of his inspection tour, during a visit to Urumqi International Land Port area, the president stood in front of a huge map and gazed at it for some time. In 2013, during the visit to China's Central Asian neighbor Kazakhstan, President Xi had proposed the initiative of jointly building the Silk Road Economic Belt. 6 months after this, during his first inspection tour of Xinjiang as president, Xi said, when the Silk Road Economic Belt project is completed, Xinjiang may become a prosperous core area. The 8 years since then have witnessed change on a stupendous scale. The Belt and Road Initiative, meanwhile, has become an internationally welcomed path to shared prosperity. Today, China-Europe freight trains passing through Xinjiang's border accounts for over half of all freight trains starting their journey in China. The Urumqi International Landport area has, as a result, become a busy international logistics hub. At Urumqi International Landport area, the president said, with Belt and Road cooperation advancing, Xinjiang is no longer a remote corner, but a core area and a hub. What you have done is of historic significance.
Although there are all kinds of obstacles for Belt and Road, our indomitable will means progress is certain. It will not be limited to existing arrangements, but will be extended forward, growing more luxuriant foliage on its branches.
During his inspection, the president stressed that Xinjiang should forge a bridgehead for opening up westward and advance the construction of itself as the core area of the Silk Road Economic Belt. This is an important measure in exploiting Xinjiang's regional advantages to a full, promoting high-quality development and realizing prosperity for the region and its people. Development is the crucial foundation for Xinjiang's long-term stability. With this in mind, the president visited industries with distinctive local advantages. In the west of the Flaming Mountains in Turpan, an area called Grape Valley is well known across the nation. In the afternoon of the 14th, President Xi came here to inquire about the development of local businesses.
Where are you from?
Shenzhen.
Where have you visited?
Qitai County in Urumqi, the Tianshan Mountains. I went to the Flames Mountains.
Have you seen Monkey King?
No, I haven't.
There is Bull Demon King too.
After arriving at Grape Valley, President Xi said, Turpan is beautiful and fertile, with its air enthused by the sweet aroma of fruits. They are the gifts of nature. We need to promote the integrated development of culture and tourism and to build a people-enriching industry. Not only does Xinjiang have an abundance of sweet grapes, it's also one of the world's great cotton-growing regions. In the afternoon of July the 13th, the president visited the 143rd Regiment of the 8th Division of Xinjiang Production and Construction Corps and the cotton planting base here. Today, mechanization and automation of operations have been completely realized here. President Xi also went deep into the flat peach plantation of thousands of hectares in area and had a friendly conversation with the staff.
How much land have you contracted to farm in this peach orchard?
About 1 hectare. We bought an apartment.
Where is it?
In our town. I also have a place here. I bought a car too.
Our flat peaches are sold across the country. We have realized scale production. What does that mean? It means that our regiment has reached a new stage of development. We have made the most of local strengths to develop advantageous industries. I visited the cotton field just now. Its cotton output is a different matter completely from what I knew before. This is good. which means that our policy is good as well.
这个很好，这个好还有一个就是说我们政策好。
During the visit, President Xi Jinping pointed out the importance of understanding the close connection between development and stability, between development and a people's livelihood, and between development and the will of the people, to make it possible for the people to benefit from development. From advancing construction of the Silk Road Economic Belt core area to cultivating and expanding competitive specialty industries like grape, cotton, and flat peach growing, Xinjiang is accelerating high-quality development for improving livelihoods under the guidance of the party's policies for the governance of Xinjiang in the new era. This adds momentum to the policy of enriching both the people and their region, and is improving the lives of compatriots of all ethnic groups in Xinjiang. The cultural relics displayed here are strong proofs that this region, inhabited by many ethnic groups, has been an integral part of China since the ancient times. President Xi pointed out Chinese civilization is extensive and profound, and is composed of outstanding cultures of all its ethnic groups. We should truly know that the history of Xinjiang emerged in the exchanges of the Chinese nation, which is strong evidence for the unified pattern of diverse ethnic cultures of the Chinese nation. In the museum, a show of Manas, an ethnic minority epic, was underway. Manas, which has been passed down from generation to generation, is one of the three major epics of China's ethnic minorities.
I can sing all day and all night.
Great. How old are you?
14,
How many years have you been learning?
11 years.
Since you were 3.
I want the whole world to know Manas.
You want to spread it across the whole world. Jangar, King Gesar, and Manas are treasures belonging to China's ethnic minorities and the cultural wealth of the whole nation. May the epic of Manas be well preserved, inherited, and carried forward.
In the western suburb of Turpan lie the Jiaohe ruins. The ancient city of Jiaohe was the seat of the Protectorate of Anxi, the highest government agency over the western regions set up in the early Tang Dynasty. It's a World Cultural Heritage Site along the ancient Silk Road. President Xi encountered a group of travelers in the ancient city. The president said China's civilization is the only one that has run uninterrupted for thousands of years until now. In the project to trace the origins of Chinese civilization, there is still much to do. This project will increase the national pride and cultural confidence of the Chinese people. We should be proud of being a Chinese. We have not only the glorious history, but also a brighter future. Thousands of streams merge into great rivers. Xinjiang not only boasts dazzling treasures from ancient times, but also touching stories of the modern era. On the afternoon of July the 13th, President Xi Jinping paid a visit to Shihezi, which is known for his history of military reclamation. The displays of the Museum of Military Reclamation of the XPCC recount that difficult period of time. Back then, working soldiers drank saline water and slept in bare accommodation. With their hands, they turned the Gobi Desert into fertile land and built cities in the desert. In the museum's hall, the president met with representatives of the 3 generations of workers from the XPCC.
I came to Shihezi in 1954 in answer to the call of the great leader Chairman Mao, and I have no regrets.
We have endured this hard struggle in the past and forged the spirit of the Xinjiang Production and Construction Corps during the whole construction process, which is also an important part of the CPC's spiritual legacy.
As streams merge into rivers, cultures and a spirit also mingle together. On the last day of his inspection tour in Xinjiang, President Xi Jinping met with 7 groups of representatives from all walks of life in Xinjiang and had his photo taken with them. Among them were representatives of 8 Xinjiang officials. The president said, "What you're doing is meaningful. We should give full play to socialism with Chinese characteristics, a spirit of cooperation. We should rally the whole nation to complete some major tasks. I hope you can work hard and make contributions to this place, which will be the pride in your life." As streams merge into rivers, spirit and affection also mingle together. During his 4-day inspection tour, wherever he went, the president was welcomed with applause, laughter, and cheer. The eyes of many people on the scene glistened with tears. When the president left Xinjiang for Beijing on the afternoon of July the 15th, people of various ethnic groups saw him off along the road, and there was long applause. Under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Xi Jinping as the core, efforts are being made to fully and faithfully implement the party's policies for the governance of Xinjiang in the new era, to build Xinjiang into a beautiful region. New history will be written in the development of Xinjiang. The landscape on both sides of the Tianshan Mountains will be more beautiful.